Hello good people, this is me again, Nabila Kinasih from Speaking Class F. So as you can see from the title, today's topic is the danger behind fashion. And without further ado, let's talk about it. Well, maybe the topic is too offensive for some people since fashion has been part of our life and inseparable. How we dress, how clothes design is part of fashion though. But more precisely, in this video, I will explain the danger behind fast fashion. So it's not just fashion. Fast fashion itself is a cheap, stylish, mass-produced clothes that have a huge impact on the environment. These garments appeal to shoppers because they are affordable and trendy, but because they aren't built to last and quickly go out of style, these clothes are quickly discarded and piling up in landfills. Arguably, fast fashion is a good thing for many people around the world. Consumers demand new, affordable, and fashionable clothes available in high street stores every week. The fast fashion industry plays a huge role in the global economy. Now, what's the impact from fast fashion? First, textile waste. The textile production industry is one of the most polluting industries worldwide. It produces approximately 1.2 billion tons of carbon dioxide equivalent each year. More than half of those are due to the fashion industry, due to the fact that there are limited recycling options used to recover reusable fibers. Around 60% of clothing is disposed of within a year of production, ending up in a landfill. 2. Carbon emissions. In fact, textiles account for 10% of the world's total carbon emissions. According to The Guardian, the fashion industry is also the second largest industrial polluter, just behind oil. In 2015, just the production of polyester clothing produced 706 billion kilograms of greenhouse gas emissions, which is equal to what's produced by 185 coal-fired power plants over the span of a year. 3. Water use and pollution. Fast fashion is also one of the thirstiest industries. For instance, just one pair of jeans requires 3,781 liters of water, and just one cotton t-shirt requires 2,700 liters of water, which happens to be the amount an average person drinks in 2.5 years. Between dyeing and treating fabric, the fast fashion industry is responsible for around 20% of total global wastewater. Number 4. Exploitative labor practice. Due to the increasing demand for immediate access to inexpensive goods, workers in countries such as India, Bangladesh, and China are being forced to work for extremely low wages and in dangerous work environments. For example, some of the workers' wages in this country are as low as $68 a month. On average, what workers consider enough to live on and support their families is actually twice their actual pay. Today's fashion industry is defined by many individuals as one of the biggest supporters of modern slavery. Number 5. Public health hazards. When fashion industry water ends up in local waterways, it spreads far and wide. For example, right now China is dealing with polluted waters and health concerns, and in several Indian villages, pollution from the textile industry has been associated with an increase in rates of cancer, disabilities, and tuberculosis. Do you know about fast fashion?
Not really, but I've heard about it.
What do you think about the nowadays fashion trend?
Nowadays, fashion trend is changing very quickly and it becomes a very important thing since people judge us from our looks, especially if it's a first time meeting.
Do you think that fast fashion impacts your life? If so, what is it?
Yeah, I think the impact are me becoming more concerned about how I dress and it makes me take out more money for fashion, which leads to consumptive and impulsive life.
And how do you cope with fast fashion?
I always try to not buy a new fashion item just following the new trend. I only buy clothes when my clothing is out of worn.
Is there are any ideas for slowing fast fashion?
I think like before buying new clothes when it has to, and then maybe donating our unused clothes.
Okay, thank you. So those are my interview. As we see, my respondent gives some tips for coping with fast fashion. We can start with the smallest action. First, don't do shopping every day. As long as we don't really need to buy new clothes, especially if your clothes aren't damaged and getting smaller. Also, shopping can cause a consumptive life. Second, since most of clothes are made from reusable stuff, so it is better to use them over and over and take care of them very well so they can be used from generation to another generation. Third, donating them to our family or relatives or friends or orphanage and homeless people. Or you can set a rule that one in, one out, which if you bought one new clothes, you have to take out and donate one of your unused clothes. Fourth, recycle them or turn them into a new look. And last but not least, try to find clothes that are made from renewable sources, so it's eco-friendly and sustainable. Okay, that is all from me. I hope this video gives you enough information about fast fashion. And don't forget to be aware of fast fashion by doing the smallest action. I apologize if there are any mistakes, so thank you and goodbye.